What's happening, what's happening, what's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shout In. Stepping in the building, I got some legends off in this thing. Some entrepreneurs, some guys that bring you one of the biggest shows that you've ever seen in the country. If you don't know, it's called the One Music Fest. We got Jay Carter, Moetown. What's good with it, fellas?
What it do?
Man, good to see you, brother.
Radio Shout In.
Hey, man, fellas, I got to go straight to One Music Fest, man.
Uh-oh.
How did this thing start, okay? Because I've seen it get bigger and bigger and bigger as the years have progressed, man. I just need to know about those humble beginnings. And what was that seed in y'all mind that made y'all say, you know what, man, hey, brothers, let's do a One Music Fest. That just sounds good, too.
That's the brainchild right
you see
there,
what I'm
man.
saying?
That's the visionary right there.
Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Nah, it was a moment where, you know, when you realize where there's something lacking, right? So, and that was around 2008. I had a live music venue down in the underground. Actually, I had two venues. I had Motions and Sugar Hill. Always was a fan of live music. Had a brand marketing company, but bouncing around to different festivals, I just saw that there was not, you know, a Bonnaroo, a Lollapalooza, a Coachella for black folk. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, why they got to have all the fun and why can't we turn up like this outside and listen to our music and celebrate our blackness, celebrate our culture, celebrate our music. And you know, so I said, all right, let me figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Talked to a few folks and straight up, you know, it was like some white folks in the industry. I went to first because I couldn't find black mentors that did festivals, you know, touring and shows, and I spoke with Michael Malden and folks like that, but that was different than an outdoor festival. So, you know, long story short, these folks literally told me, white folks literally told me that they was like, black folks ain't gonna support nothing like that.
What?
And I said, all right, and that's when I got supercharged. I said, all right, let me try to figure this shit out. They were just like, black folks rather buy, they don't want to be in the elements. Like white folks want to be barefoot in the grass and laying out, tripping on shrooms and acid and listening to music. I said, man, we'll be outside listening to music in some environment like this.
Bring some barbecue.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we don't have shrooms, but maybe we got some buffalo wings. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we ain't got no acid, but we got a little weed. You know what I'm saying? But how come this doesn't exist, and how come no one has the wherewithal to build it out for us? So instead of waiting on somebody to do it for us, I said, all right, well, let me just figure it out on my own. Really couldn't find no support, so kind of more so looked at the folks around me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that Maynard Jackson when it was you know, when he said we need 33% of the folks that's going to build this airport to be black.
Affirmative action, yeah.
And the white folks went out there and came back and said to Maynard, we can't find no black folks that build airports. But Maynard said, can you find some black folks that know how to lay cement?
Come on.
Build highways, build sidewalks,
come on,
build neighborhoods. That's all the airport is.
Yeah.
But a big-ass neighborhood. Come on. Instead of you driving a car, you flying a plane. So I said, all right, so let me find some folks, all right. You know, my homie over here got a transportation business. He knows artists. They know booking. They know staging. Yeah. All right, well, let me just see who's around me, and let's build this thing ourselves. So, and that popped off in 2010. Very modest, you know what I'm saying? 3,000 some odd people in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, you know, overreach, you know what I'm saying? Because the other thing I found out quick is, you know, it costs millions of dollars to produce a festival, man. And that's what some of these white folks told me, man. They literally straight up said, if you don't have $2 million to lose, then don't even get into this business. I was like, what the fuck kind of advice is that?
Exactly.
$5 to lose.
Exactly.
But he was spot on.
What?
He was spot on. They said, if you ain't got $2 million to lose, or if you ain't got 5 years to wait, it's going to take that much in order for you to kind of turn your brand as far as the festival. And it took 5 years, honestly.
Okay, so tell me about that first show, though. I mean, going out there to those 3,000 people, were you able to break even at least, or were you out there leaving out in the red every damn year?
We was in the red. Bro. It was.
So this was a passion project. That's what y'all telling me now. This is a passion project. I didn't know that was music fest.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
it was a vision. It was a long-term vision.
Now this is crazy, fellas, because see, now when you speak like that, you're telling me that it takes some gumption and some tenacity.
There you go.
Because see, the whole thing is, we see one music fest now. We don't want to hear that the first one was in the red.
That's right.
Okay. So how did y'all feel when the first one was in the red? I mean, was it like, damn, man, I don't know if we need to keep on.
I mean, not just the first one. The first,
right,
it was deep. It got deep, and again, I tell anybody, I tell the story like for him, you know, he got to the point where, you know, he's about to lose. He was damn near losing it all.
Shit.
But he saw the vision, and you know, the people. Now even though you losing money.
Yeah.
The people every year, the people like, this is amazing, this is amazing. They ain't knowing you losing money.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? He over there getting grades and you know what I'm saying? They don't see that part.
Yeah,
I'm with
you. Know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. They keep popping up on my head now. Yeah.
But we stuck with it.
Yeah.
But
now you're right. You're right. It was year one lost money. I think year two was kind of like a break even ish, but scaled it down tremendously.
Right.
Because I was like, I said, I ain't taking that punch again. And then year three lost, year four lost, year five lost the largest. That was the most money I've ever lost. I said, hold on, goddamn. I said, man, what in the fuck are we doing? but as Moetown said, man, like every year it continued to grow.
Yeah.
So every year the attendance will damn near double. Right.
Yeah.
More sponsors will come on board. We get more press, more media. But as far as turning the page on the finances, on profitability, it just wasn't there. I mean, thank God that wasn't the only thing I had going on.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But honestly, I tell this story often, man. It was my wife, bro. It was my wife.
Come on,
you know
now.
what I'm saying? Like she saw how much time was being invested into this, how much money, the energy that the team and everybody's putting around it. And she said this one thing that just kind of changed everything. She said, you can look at money two ways. You can look at it as either you losing it or you're investing it.
Yeah.
And she said, the money that you put up, you got to look at it not as a loss, but as you investing into a brand that keeps growing. Mm-hmm. And you ain't going to see the other side, you know what I'm saying?
Until you get to the other side.
Until you get to the other side. But right now, it's an investment.
Yeah.
But as far as like the impact on culture, the impact on the community, the impact, with the city of Atlanta receiving proclamations, the Phoenix Award from the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was, beyond just being a festival, we actually hosted the largest press conference for the mayoral election. I think it was back in 2018, I think it was, where, V103 did one, AJC did a press conference, but One Music Fest held one. Killer Mike was one of the moderators, and it was the largest attended press conferences in the city. So it's big. It was bigger than music. Like now it's like politics. Now it's like community. Now it's culture. And so what I'm saying, we just kind of looked at certain things we was doing. I was like, nah, the city needs it. The culture needs it. Can't
during
quit.
those 5 years, though, man, what were the things that y'all were learning and picking up during that time? And then also, what was that tweak that caused it to be profitable?
everything costs.
There we got
You
goddamn.
think like, oh, you doing something at a park?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to pay to resod that grass. Oh, everything costs.
Nick.
You know, what was a 10
flooring,
DiBiase?
yeah.
Everybody got a price.
Yeah.
Oh, it's prices.
Oh, my God.
And as you, and perception is a lot of people's reality. So if they see more people coming, they raising the price. They don't know that you losing money. They raising them numbers.
Oh, my God.
They raising
Goddamn porta potties.
yeah.
Porta potties cost a motherfucker. Yeah. Little goddamn garbage cans you got out there. Everything. I was like, hold on,
Everything.
man. We paid how much
Yeah.
for porta potties? Man, APD, security, like, yo, like, we ain't even get to the artist fees yet. I'm talking about millions of dollars, dog. of just production costs.
Okay, millions of dollars. Don't forget radio promo as well.
Hello?
Right. And marketing.
You saw them checks.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. Okay. When it became profitable, how did that feel though? I mean, was it like a yes, we finally did it, or was it like, okay, we just made back 5 years worth of going through hell money?
I'm gonna tell you. So the blessing was, I did have a brand marketing company, so I was doing that prior. And going into our first year, I knew I couldn't do it without having brand partnerships. You got to have some kind of corporate involvement. So I was able to pull on Coors Light. I think it was Captain Morgan, Mini, Vibe magazine was involved, and it was enough money for me to be like, all right, I think we got some here. All right, you know what I'm saying? I think we can do something. But I was wrong. And then also what I found out and realized quickly is when we go in to pitch a brand, right? And we said we're gonna have 50,000 black folks out here, trendsetters, whoop de whoop, these are the artists, and you go to a beer brand, right? They'll be like, oh, that sounds great. All right, well, here's a check for $25,000, right? $25,000, that ain't gonna pay for my stage
for the porta
script.
potties.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the porta potties. But a white event with 10,000 people, the money that they was cutting for some of those events and festivals was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so I was always questioning, like, why is the budget different when we're reaching more people, we have a bigger impact, and we create the trends in the culture? You know what I'm saying? Like, you snatch hip hop away from, you know, just America in general. You know what I'm saying? The you know, or you take black folks and hip hop culture away. How you marketing half the stuff you marketing? You know what I'm saying? How are you marketing your soft drinks? How are you marketing these cars and all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, we are the trends.
Yeah.
We were putting TVs and 22-inch rims on our cars long before y'all started calling it the sports and entertainment packages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. We was hood when we was doing it.
Come on.
But now we go to the dealership and oh yeah, you want the entertainment package? Or you want the sports package?
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know
package.
what? These
You know what I'm
motherfuckers
saying?
were undervaluing one music fest. So I think the other goal was, you got to be so noisy they can't ignore you.
Okay.
That was the thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Make it so big, so noisy that the brands have to come speak and rock with you, because you are now a gateway.
Yeah.
You got to be a gateway. But so that was really the mindset too. Like, just keep going.
I mean, seeing the disparity between black festivals and white festivals,
man,
what was it like
bad.
trying to fight that power and get more money into what y'all had going on so y'all can really create? Because see, that's the other
we
thing.
still doing it. We still fighting that fight.
Yeah.
We still fighting that fight. As big as we are, we still, you know, we still have to have a conversation. Now, we're a little more arrogant with our conversation.
Okay.
Now, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is what you want to do? All right.
Yeah.
We'll show you. And you're forced to do it. I mean, in recent years, you see, like, especially after the pandemic, I mean, if you look at, you know, where we are and where we're able to sustain and continue to grow, you know, brands got to come to us.
Exactly.
You know, they have to. But we created that environment. You know what I mean? It was, and as uncomfortable, because, you know, it's hard. Like, a lot of times, listen, man, when you know things have to get paid for and they're expensive, sometimes you got to just turn people and the checks down just to know your worth. Like, okay, look, this is what you want to do. Don't worry about it. We don't want it. But next year they gonna cut. They know they have to come back. When you do come back,
Yeah. The
it's
prices
another
just went up.
That's right. That's right.
The prices just went up.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's right. We dealing with that right now, bro.
Oh
with
my
some brands.
God, man, that's crazy. So, okay, on the production side of things, though, man, when it comes to booking the A-list talent that y'all get for it, I mean, y'all have been able to get some talent that don't perform, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all done pulled them out the bag. What is it like booking the talent and stuff like that, and then getting them to the show and making sure that the show go well?
Well, we have a big team like a people, and we collab. So we look at the landscape, and then we also look at who we like, and then we also look at like who we think gonna fit the bill, and other people will like, and then the next up. Right. So as we put this puzzle together, then we go to like relationships and with agents, management, because some of the people the agents can't get for us.
Yeah.
We literally have to know
somebody,
management, or know the artist or something like that. I mean, there is no way an agent could have, like for me, when you asked about how did we know we made it, like when we had Dungeon Family,
come on now,
and when they were performing, and we literally just we out in the audience watching it, and the feeling that we had, and we looking in these people are going crazy. I had this feeling. I was like, dude, and we looked at each other like, dog, we made it.
My God,
I don't think even if you ask the Dungeon Family members, there's nobody else or no other festival, nothing could have got that. It was a process. It was literally relationships with Orlando McGee,
what up, Orlando,
Rico, and just like sitting and talking to these cats and figuring this thing out.
Big Boy is a big part of that as well. You know.
What is it like seeing that stuff coming to fruition, though? So, I mean, you know, we conceptualizing everything, it'd be great if we could get the Dungeon Family out here.
Yeah.
And then you're able to get it done. And then also, what was that moment for y'all to where you said, okay, it ain't getting no better than this?
It's like watching your kid graduate to me.
I don't know if we got to that point yet.
My God.
Because, you know, I moved here in high school, right? So Piedmont Park has always been the Central Park of Atlanta. Like what Central Park is in New York is what Piedmont Park is in Atlanta.
Facts.
So that was the creme de la creme. That was the holy ground right there. So, you know, the end result for OMF was always to figure out how to get to Piedmont. But I also don't think people understand the bureaucracy and the red tape and the politics that's involved around the park as well, right? So they only allow 6 Class A events, which means 50,000 or more people per year, only 6.
Yeah.
And they've been grandfathered in for years. So we really had to figure out how to become one of those 6.
Yeah.
And it was through relationships. When I said One Music Fest became a brand that's bigger than just music, it's also community. We also have a hand in government. You know what I'm saying? How do we utilize that influence? I mean, we've had everybody on the stage from Warnock to Stacey Abrams to Andre Dickens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we understand how to use our platform too for greater good, man. And I would say through relationships is really how we ended up in Piedmont Park. It was a small crack in the door, man, and we kind of walked through it and figured that bad boy out. So how we arrived, we getting there.
Yeah.
We getting there. I mean, we're 14 years in, so people
come
like,
on now.
That's a long ass time.
Right.
But,
that's a long ass run, fellas.
But Piedmont Park has always been the goal, man. So this is our first year in Piedmont Park, and we about to kick the doors off.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to those relationships, man, and we speak about the politics of just dealing with the city, dealing with the industry, dealing with the market, and stuff. These are a lot of different entities that we have to deal with on a lot of different fronts just to make this thing come together, fellas.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, how are cooler heads always prevailing during these?
No.
Talk to me, Bo.
Nah. No. I mean, here's the thing. Him and I, we both Geminis, right?
Yeah.
So you gonna get both sides of the coin. Now the outside looking in, you may think like, oh man, you know, they always cool. We have arguments with each other. We have arguments with other people, you know, but at the end of the day, it's for the brand. Like, you know what I mean? Like we don't let you play us in any kind of way. But we also not here to try to take advantage of you either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just everybody do fair business, and you know, we have relationships with you. Let's do it this way. Because we had times where we really was like, oh man, we could flip. You know, artists not showing up, or or just the games that people play, that we'd be like, bro, we really, you know. And then that's where you got like, because it's a crew of us, you know, he may be super upset at this time. Yeah. And then everybody else is like, calm down, we're gonna handle it this way. Then, you know, there's times where I'm upset and, you know, he the voice of reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you know, but he's as pissed as I am. Yeah. But he's like, hey, let's calm down, you know. So it's always, you know, it's always gripes and things like that. It ain't always cooler heads. Sometimes it's like
hell break it loose.
But you have to, man. You know. But I don't know. But I mean, I don't know if that was your question as far as getting things done, or
getting things done too on all of those different fronts. I mean, are y'all sending different people? Okay, you the guy that talks to the city. You the guy that talks to the sponsors. You the one who get to the
about
artists.
The team.
Yeah,
you gotta have. We got a hell of a team.
Yeah,
we do got it though, and it took a while to kind of cultivate. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, people, and you've seen it. People weed themselves out. Yeah. You know, you got something hot, they want to be a part of it, and you're saying, and you like, okay, you got another agenda over here. And, you know what I'm saying? But I would say this: the team that we have has been rocking with us for years, man, for years. And I think it's just how we do business. We're stand-up folks. Yeah. You know, I think you'll be very hard pressed to find an artist, a DJ, a stagehand that said they were ever, you know, shafted out of some money or doing some bad business. You know, I mean, our team is some stand up motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? And women. You know what I'm saying? Like we just don't fuck around. Yeah. You know, it's not difficult to do good business. You know what I'm saying? I think people see that and respect it. I also think that's why we're able to also get some of the artists that we get as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mo was talking about 16, but shit, I would even say before 16, you know, Goody broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We did the Goody Mob reunion in 13.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Like CeeLo was doing his own thing. Yeah. A lot of people forget about that. Yeah. That was all relationship. That was phone calls like, hey, fellas, man, you know, this we do in Atlanta, Black-owned festival in the middle of the city. You know, let's do something special. You know what I'm saying? That was also the same year we had Snoop. Yeah. You know, that was back in 13. I think that was one of the years I was like, oh, shit. I think that was also one of the years where the other bigger fish in the pond, your Live Nations and the AEGs was like, what's
going on over there?
Yeah, what y'all doing down there?
What's going on over there?
Yeah, that year was crazy.
Yeah, because 14.
Erykah Badu's computer crashed. So Pete Rock, we just happened to have Pete Rock that year. So Pete Rock got on stage and was DJing and creating beats for Erykah Badu while she was performing.
Real time?
Yes.
Real time. Oh my God. Okay, so now come on with it, Jay.
Yeah, and more relationships, because Erykah was not supposed to be at 2000. So we had Amel LaRue, who got sick, and she kind of backed out. And so I called my homegirl. I called Joy.
Joy. You know Joy?
Family. Yeah. I said, Joy. I said, what the fuck? I said, and this was maybe 2.5 weeks before we had to go. I said, Joy, Amel just backed out. She's sick. She ain't going to be able to do it. You got anybody think that we can figure this thing out and get on this bill? She said, what about Erykah? I said, Badu? The fuck? Really? She said, yeah. So let me call her real quick. Joy, relationships, right? And Joy was back at my club, Sugar Hill, that I used to have. Joy hosted every Tuesday. Like, if people don't know about Sugar Hill was fucking legendary. When I say on that stage on Tuesday, you'll be sitting there, you pay your $10, you watch Lil Jon, the Chronicle, Joy on stage performing, and all of a sudden, John Legend will come out. All of a sudden, we had Jill Scott will come out. Who else we have on the stage? We had everybody from Lil Wayne to Frankie Beverly on that stage, and this is a 500-person club. So, right. So I think from that time, Joy and I really got tight. And
shout out Joy, she performed at the very first one.
Yep. Yeah. So Joy's like, she called Erykah on three-way, and we on the phone, and Erykah like, well, how much you talking? I said, look, this we paid Amel. This is all we got in the budget. Yeah. She said, well, I ain't gonna perform for that, but I'll DJ or do a little set. I said, bet. I don't give a shit. You come out there and just breathe on a mic, whatever. I said, all right, solid. Let's do it. And then as for Moetown, the laptop broke down and she ended up doing a impromptu performance for like 20, 30 minutes. That shit was dope.
When the Live Nations and stuff start tapping y'all on the shoulders, like, okay, brothers, what do y'all got going? We didn't know that this could happen in Atlanta.
Right.
And y'all start to prove all of the naysayers wrong. What's going on in those conversations?
So 13, I told you 13 was when they came a sniffing and came a knocking. And
sniffing and knocking.
And so I knew we had to grow.
Yeah.
Right? Because from that point on, I mean, it was bootstrap. You know what I'm saying? And I said, well, what does a relationship or partnership look like with Live Nation? So we sat down, laid it out, and it was a co-pro agreement. You know what I'm saying? We maintain ownership, but we split profits 50-50. We split expenses 50-50, and we do it together.
Okay.
I said, bet. Sounds good. Yeah, y'all can use our venue. We can do at Lakewood. I was like, oh, bet. That's big enough. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We can do 2 stages. We have one on the parking lot. We can do one. I said, all right, yeah, let's figure this thing out. But Live Nation don't do nothing small.
Yeah.
So when I started talking budget, and they was like, we need some bigger artists. We got to go bigger. I said, bigger? Like, that was the year 14. We had Kendrick Lamar. We had Nas. We had Jhené Aiko.
Yeah.
Meth and Red. It was Nas. I think it's 20th anniversary of Illmatic. And Kendrick was like bubbling at that moment.
Yeah.
So Kendrick was like well into the 6 figures as far as like booking. And I ain't never spent that amount on no artist. I said, y'all sure about this shit? And yeah, man. So that was the year we partnered with Live Nation, and that was the most money. That was the most money, we ever lost. It was So that shit was crazy.
Wait a minute, hold on. So that was a losing money situation?
That was a losing money situation.
Okay, fellas. See, now that was a learning lesson right there. And we got to dig into that because my thing is, first of all, One Music Fest is y'all baby.
That's
okay?
Right.
This is your baby that you taking to go and partner with the big boys
That's
with.
Right.
What the fuck was going through?
You also remember, but remember though, B, you also have to remember, at the same time that we putting this on, we're training people, introducing people to what a festival is.
Right.
They wasn't used to like people. Everything called themselves a festival.
Yeah.
But not really a festival. It was a concert. But now with these activations,
now everybody call it a festival.
Yeah.
Back in the day, black folks was like, festivals. With cotton candy and fucking. Right.
I go to shows where I actually got a seat. And this is one stage, and, concessions. Nah, we had to train people to be acclimate to what a festival is. So in that time, doing a fest, and you growing, but people are still kind of hesitant, And then you also got to remember,
y'all got to sit outside for 12 hours. How y'all gonna get all these artists on one stage? Nah, it's multiple stages. You got to go to this stage and you walk to this. So hold on, I got to get up and walk to go. So it was a learning experience for folks. But I think once they got it, they was like, I get it. Because, beyond just music on stage to stage, man, you got vendors, you got all kind of food trucks, you got merch, you got giveaways, you got games. You got, and what we found out is it turns into the biggest homecoming ever.
Facts.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to see folks that you ain't seen in decades or years that you're going to run into at festivals just by moving around and kind of experiencing different, activations or programming happening at the festival. So, that's what we kind of coined ourselves. We the biggest homecoming for the culture in America for the most part.
Okay.
And if it's not
come on.
Because we are truly a big, like you said, homecoming, family reunion, right? And a family reunion is one of the only places where you're going to get different kind of family members all together. You may have the the family members that make a lot of money or the doctors. They not on a regular basis. They not hanging with their hood family members. They're not going over here.
In the trap.
Okay, y'all over there. Y'all going to shows over here. We not doing that.
Yeah.
So we created an environment where, like, look, man, we all together. We love each other, and so now you gonna have the hood trap music with the progressive, with the neos, and all of this is in one place, right?
Yeah.
So now people are coming together and like they getting introduced to new music, but at first, you know, people were apprehensive, like, who gonna be there?
I mean, you got Jill Scott, and Migos on the same lineup. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas are like, hold on, like what? So we doing Migos and Jill Scott and Damian Marley. Come on, we gonna give it to you every which way.
But see, I gotta touch on the Live Nation situation again. Y'all done made it that far, and then you get a reset in the middle of the grind, man.
Yeah.
But you're trying to scale.
That's
okay,
right.
We're trying to scale this thing.
Right.
We're thinking we're making the right decision to make it bigger. It only seems right.
So the play was this, right? I totally understood that in order for OMF to grow, you have to have some corporate sponsors or partnerships, but corporate partnerships, right?
Okay.
So who's getting the bag when it comes to like dealing with these brands and sponsors, right? Live Nation.
Thanks.
So I said, look, you know, because they asked me like, where are the holes? Like, how do we come in and help? I said, straight up, we need sponsor dollars. We need corporate dollars to help sustain this thing.
Thanks.
So, you know, I know what I can bring to the table. If y'all can bring at least that or more, you know what I'm saying, we'll be in a good place. So the problem was for the 3 years that we were in that partnership with Live Nation, they weren't really bringing us no sponsorship dollars. Right? So they would help with some of the booking, they help with some of the costs, but I was like, we need sponsorship. And the way that machine is set up, talent and sponsorship is two totally different divisions in Live Nation. So it's tricky. It's very tricky. And so, you know, I think after 17 is when I said, you know what, we're going to do it. We're going to do it on our own. So 18. And then I couldn't do a 2-day in Lakewood. It was too expensive to do a 2-day festival. So I was like, well, you know, we got to find somewhere else to do this. It got to be in a park or somewhere, and they just don't want to take that ride with us.
A 3-year situation, though, fellas. After the first year, you realize, wait a minute, I don't think this is the right damn thing. And then realizing that you got to wait out this damn contract.
Right.
What was going through y'all mind then? Because now we got to persevere again, fellas.
So I would say this, the saving grace was that those cats that I talked to back in 08 and 09 that said it's going to take 5 years, they were correct.
Damn.
So lost the bundle in 14.
Yeah.
But we came back swinging in 15. Yeah. So 15 was Lauryn Hill, The Roots, ASAP Rocky, Bun B, Big Crit, SZA, who else on that? Lil Uzi jumped on stage. It was nuts. But that was the year we actually made money. And I was like, cool. All right, I can see a little daylight. You know what I'm saying? And but still in 18 we decided to kind of break away and do it on our own.
Being unbossed and unbought, man, what is that like, being able to do it your way? Once you got them folks out your pocket, it was like, okay, it's back to us doing us around here. What was that energy and synergy like?
Shit, I mean, honestly, they ain't really getting away. I mean, they were kind of partners. It was like sometimes you had to nudge them, like, "Hey, we moving over here." You know what I'm saying? But you know, they didn't really get in the way because you got to think about it. Ain't no way in hell they would book for a show Lauryn Hill, ASAP Rocky, and 8 Ball and MJG. They was like, what the fuck are y'all doing over here? How y'all programming? How y'all programming? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Janelle Monáe was that year too.
Yeah, whole Wonderland.
Whole Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like they like we booking artists that ain't even on their radar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So creative control we was good.
Okay. That's a damn
It was
good
just
thing.
it was just man trying to get them to help support with brand partnerships was just mad difficult.
But this is my thing. You would think that Live Nation would be the key to the brand partnership. So how did y'all solve that riddle after y'all left that?
Then you have to remember at that point in time, we partnered with them, but we wasn't high on their priority list, right? So
they still had day festival. They still had Music Midtown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how much are we gonna give them everything?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you look at it like that. So
Yeah.
like, all right, y'all get to trickle down.
Right,
But we
right,
want to
right.
make sure this, and then also,
That's right.
This
Right,
is
yeah.
something they own. They don't own us.
That's
They
right.
didn't own. So at any given time, they knew they can dip and do whatever they wanted to do. So then, like, all right, we don't want to lose money,
Yeah.
but as far as giving up the money, we're gonna make sure it go here, here, here. Then it goes here.
Yeah.
So we had to, make sure it went to us first. Like we had to do
Exactly.
that.
So as bosses though, fellas, I mean, what is that like being able to be in charge of these budgets and also employ people? You see what I'm saying? You're giving folks jobs, you're keeping artists employed, you're keeping engineers employed, you're keeping videographers employed, you got promotion people. What is that like just being able to be job creators at the same time too?
It's super important. Like for me, I don't think that it's just something we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But up until 2 years ago, I didn't pay it. I would literally looked around and just looked at the numbers and the people, and as people come talk to me, I'm like when you look at the city, and it's very important. Like we employ thousands of people a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? From security to gate agents to all of these things to production. It is. I think we don't take it for granted, but sometimes people can take for granted the opportunities that you create for
on
people.
now.
Because those experiences and we had people come in and intern and start work and then get hired and then go to other places. That's truly important, man. Creating opportunities and keeping those relationships. Also, like in the industry all these years, I learned that as long as you have good relationships, you'll never be unemployed.
Come on now.
Right? And so I think that through those relationships and through those creating those opportunities for other people, that's one of the things that propel us at OML.
What was the show that y'all threw that y'all were fans of all of the artists on? You were like, this is my dream show. I'm doing this really for me, but y'all can come to my show.
I mean, I'm selfish. You know what I mean? So a lot of the shows I'd be like, so I know nobody on my team back in 2016 was thinking about Gary Clark Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want a Gary Clark Jr. I want to see that motherfucking phone. I want to see him get on that stage with that guitar and rip some shit.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Anderson .Paak, nobody's really thinking about back in 2016. I was like, I gotta see him. Yeah, but he crushed it. So I think we do a really good job of
mine though.
because
True.
even like
Don Maker.
even like Brill, I think I would shoot Brill a message and be like, give me your dream
Come on
20.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
and
on
we
now.
might ask maybe about 10, 15 people. They dream 20. If they had 20 people that they wanted to see on a lineup, and then we kind of look at everybody and be like, 80% of these folks said this name right here. Maybe we should take a peek at it.
Yeah.
But we also look at what other festivals are doing and then go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we got the same lineup as in Essence and whatever else out there,
What's the point?
what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to program differently. And also, you Atlanta, like you get Atlanta is the new Cancun. Like everybody coming to this motherfucker to party, turn up, and they want to leave with a give me a little bit of that Atlanta culture to go home with, right?
Yeah.
So we got to kind of stay true to that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So always factor in that Atlanta kind of moment. You know what I'm saying? Be it if it's the Crunk set or KP doing his set or Dungeon Family reunion or the Goody Mob reunion. Like even when you, because 50% of our audience ain't even from the greater Atlanta area.
Yeah.
So back to like, you know, when we talk about being bosses and hiring folks, you know, One Music Fest stimulates the Atlanta economy. Well, we add about $22 million to the economy in Atlanta, right?
Goddamn, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man, that's powerful.
That's hella powerful.
Come on.
That's hella powerful. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as far as what we do for the city, how we stimulate the economy in the city, the cultural moments for the city, you know what I'm saying? Like it's it's a gift that keeps giving, man, on a lot of different fronts.
Okay, fellas, I gotta jump back in again, man, because when you in the parking lot trying to throw a damn concert, did you think that a few years later this thing would be bringing $22 million to the city? My God, come on, man. That's ridiculous, fellas.
Listen, man, there's time, that parking lot,
keep going, man.
let me tell you something, man. That parking lot was taught you adversity year one.
Yeah.
Anything can happen that year. You know, it was the hottest day of the summer.
Niggas heat stroking.
And then it rained.
Yeah.
Then now you got when you say parking lot, it's asphalt.
Yeah.
So you know when that rain and that heat get together. So now you got women's hair after the rain and then the humidity, they hair everywhere.
Y'all looking like Frederick Douglass.
Folks were still out there. Generator blew out.
Damn.
Folks still, but we got the generator back going.
But it comes with the territory.
And it was just, and folks are just out there partying. They had a great time. And so looking at that and looking at some, I think over the years, when you look at some of the moments, right? Like all those first years, even with the losses, there's always moments that you like, yo, as you fan out.
Yeah.
First year, like for me, De La Soul and then Common performing together, right? Second year, I mean, I was a huge Far Side fan, so we had Far Side rocking. You know what I mean? Then, you know, Big Daddy Kane. Oh, listen, I forgot. You know, you asked the artist. It's another artist that we argued about, and he wanted to do it. We did it. Said to go. You. That's
right. I was selfish on that one too.
Come on now. Come on.
Then set to go. She had like 100, 200 people on stage, so that was amazing. I mean, then the Erykah Badu and Pete Rock. So there, every year there's moments where like I was just like, you just fan out. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, it's worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? This moment is worth it. And then as it got bigger, it was hard for me to look at acts because I'm running around and I would just look at it. I would just like look at everybody's Instagram and stuff to see
like, what's going on.
Like last year, everybody was like, yo, you see Usher hopped out with City Girls? And I'm like, what? Where did Usher come from? I didn't see it. I literally saw it online.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Who was the most difficult artist to get and how the hell did y'all get them?
Difficult artist to get? I don't know if there was a difficult artist to get, but there's certain artists that have certain criteria that, well, you know what? In 15, Janelle Monáe was difficult.
What?
Like, I had a personal relationship with her and her team, but in 15, Afropunk was bigger than what it is now, right? And Afropunk was trying to get her to do something in Atlanta or around that same date. So I know we were going back and forth fighting because, you know, a lot of people talk about Janelle and what she's doing now. Look here, man, that was always Janelle's spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that whole Afropunk energy back in 2015, like that was her spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, and we was like, yo, we want to do a whole Wonderland thing. It's for Atlanta. So the first time one of her biggest shows was at my club Sugar Hill back in like 2006.
Yeah.
And Big Boy came down there, Diddy came down there. They were celebrating the signing of Janelle.
Yeah.
So kind of leaned on that, tugged on them heartstrings a little bit.
Don't you remember?
You know what I'm saying? But that year, her and Lauren were pretty difficult to get. Janelle.
That's what I was thinking
and
too, Lauren
was
Hill.
pretty difficult to get.
Everybody, listen. Let me tell you something. Everybody think that year it was difficult to get Lauren, but that year that One Music Fest became like the Lauryn Hill Whisperer. Like she's was amazing. Early for her.
She's amazing.
She stayed later and created like some. Like she was back there freestyling, just
taking photos with folks.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it like getting Lauryn Hill to let her hair down and just kick it and enjoy the One Music Fest with everybody else too?
Probably was as a surprise as we were. You know what I'm saying? Like we had some like behind the scenes. Listen, getting Dungeon Family wasn't the most difficult, but it was the most surprising because up until the moment Dre hit the stage, we didn't know Dre was gonna hit the stage.
See there, and that's really that's the question I was about to ask. How the hell did y'all get Andre out there?
We didn't get Andre out there. Andre got Andre out there. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
Yeah, we didn't know.
How did the crowd react when 3 racks popped out of nowhere? Then? Because how did y'all react when 3,000 popped out of nowhere?
Look here, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Shit.
It was black men crying.
Yeah.
Y'all laughing. I swear to God, dog. Like, if you grew up in Atlanta, watching that moment, because I think also it's one of them things where it's one of those, it's kind of like, I hate to compare it to that shit, but like watching Jordan's last game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of was like, I ain't never gonna see this shit again. That was what that was right there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It took 15, 16 years for them to do a reunion like that.
Oh my God.
Right? So the idea of them doing that again, or the opportunity to see all them share the same stage.
Yeah.
Badu came from her stage and got on stage with them singing Back Up and Liberation and shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like that whole moment, man, it was, I'm telling you, grown ass men out there crying.
I know
bro.
it was.
That whole set.
I was teary-eyed.
From when, think about it, right? That whole set.
Special.
Dre came out, the crowd go crazy. So they emotional, they amped on that. Then Bone Crusher does Never Scared, and nobody knows. Then T.I. comes out. They go crazy again.
T.I. and Killer Mike.
And Killer Mike. So they go crazy again. Then in the latter part of their set, they go into that Kryptonite. Now, Kryptonite is the unofficial national anthem of Atlanta.
Yeah, it is.
So they go into that Kryptonite, and the whole crowd is, hey, bruh.
That was a moment.
Which leads me to this question, fellas. Have we been documenting this history the whole time? How have we been doing on the documentary side of things? Yeah. And are we going to get this content in a Netflix special? I mean, what the hell?
Gotta do
Hold on, we got to
look
at the camera. We got to look at this camera for this. Now look here, Netflix. Netflix, Hulu. You know what I'm saying? Disney.
Prime.
Look here now.
Tyler,
we got 14 years. 14 years of content, of unseen content, behind the scenes. But you know what, man? Don't nobody want to sit and look at acts on TV just performing, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the story of One Music Fest, the why, the reason behind it, the fights, the struggles, it's a whole little miniseries.
Right,
you know
think about it, man. We have moments outside of the Dungeon Family reunion. We had 3 6 Mafia got together after 19 years at One Music Fest.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I remember that one too. I remember that one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like a lot of people's last big performances was at One Music Fest. DMX, Takeoff was there at what was that last year? Last year.
Young
Takeoff, Dolph.
My God.
You know, so.
From a hip-hop standpoint, though, fellas, how do y'all feel when you see an artist rock that stage and you thinking it would be great to have them back again, but then they wind up passing away before the next One Music Fest occurs? Just the state of hip-hop in general. How do y'all feel about that?
For hip-hop and for me, just personally, I learned to like when we have an opportunity to we booked Nipsey. Nipsey was supposed to perform at one music festival. Yeah, he passed.
Oh my God.
So we have an opportunity to get somebody in that the people want to see. We're gonna go try to do it.
Yeah.
Because I learned from Prince. I remember I had tickets to see Prince, right? Over at the Fox. And I was like, just one of them Gemini moves. I was like, I don't want to go. I'm gonna give away tickets. I'll go see him next time. Then he passed away.
Yeah.
So you have to, when you have an opportunity to get the artists and for the people to see, and we gonna try to make those moments like happen. And you know, create them for the fans and for us, because we big fans as well.
And let me say that about a festival. You know what I'm saying? You know, for folks that still have not embraced the idea of a festival, that's exactly what it gives you. It gives you it gives you moments that you will never have or that you can't really compare to anything else, right? It's you know, like if you pay your money to go see, no shade, Anita Baker, right? You know what I'm saying? You know exactly what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You put 50 artists on a lineup, right? 50 artists on a lineup, ranging from trap, hip hop, soul, R&B, neo soul, classic, whatever, right? Something's going to happen.
Right.
There's going to be somebody that's going to pop out.
Yeah.
There will be some collaborations. But also, you know what I'm saying? How can, so the same money I'd pay to see Anita Baker, $160, $170, right? I can pay that for a festival and see 30 different performances in one day.
Come on now.
And hang out with my folks, my peoples, you know what I'm saying? While I'm laid out with my, you know what I'm saying, my lemon pepper wet and doing whatever it is I want to do.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how you people value concert tickets versus festival tickets, you know what I'm saying? It's actually, there's no comparison. The experience that you walk away with at a festival is going to be life-changing.
What was the tipping point when y'all realized that, you know what, we got the hang of this thing. We know how to ride this bike and we ain't falling off.
I don't know we even there yet. But we still, you know what? So but no, I ain't gonna say that. There's some terrain out there. But but you know, I'll put it like this. This is Piedmont Park is a different monster.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the largest amount of money that has ever been spent, you know, on our end. It's the biggest lineup. It's the biggest footprint. A lot more eyeballs on us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, talk about, you know, we had Central Park in Atlanta, Central Park, Atlanta. Last year, it had 25,000 per day. Sold out 2 weeks prior, right? You gotta understand, Piedmont Park can hold up to 60,000 people per day.
Damn.
That's a big footprint.
Yeah.
That's a big footprint. So, you know, the lineup we had last year, I thought was amazing, right? But if that lineup last year sold 25,000 tickets per day, and we need a lineup that's going to sell 40 to 50,000 tickets per day, just think about what we're about to come out with this year.
I mean, what's going on this year, fellas?
When is this airing?
This when y'all make an announcement, because I'm gonna put it out there. Y'all make the announcement. What's going on?
When is this here?
This probably be next Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Some day, one of them days.
Yeah. So we can talk about it.
Talk about it.
A little bit. Not everything. We won't talk about
Michael Jackson. Y'all done dug him out.
Yeah, the hologram. You got a hologram.
Close.
Oh shit.
Close.
It's getting that real.
What's close to Mike?
Tupac.
No, not somebody that's alive.
That motherfucker said.
Ursha.
Related to Mike.
How about Janet?
That's the same damn thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got
So
Janet.
Janet's gonna
Exactly.
be out there.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick.
The
We got your boy Boosie.
Megan Thee Stallion. Brent Fayez.
My God.
For everybody I was asking, you was wondering why he ain't have an Atlanta date. One Music Fest has been fire.
We got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Yeah, Coyle Ray.
My God.
Kodak Black. Tim's.
I love Tim's. Tim's is.
Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, it's 50 years of hip hop, so you know we going to talk.
Goody
you know what
Mob.
I'm saying? Goody.
Nigga.
Ball and G.
Oh.
Project Pat. Nelly.
Nelly.
Yeah. KRS-One. Big Daddy Kane.
T-Pain. All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah.
There's more.
It's gonna be at least 30 more acts. Yeah.
We gonna see if Beehive to get out there.
Oh,
you know
I'm
what I'm
coming
saying?
down. You might have to get me out the crowd because I'm gonna be watching that damn show right there.
That's my plan as well. I ain't
Oh
missing
my
this
God.
shit. Yeah.
That is exciting as hell, man.
Hey,
I'm just excited just to know that two brothers can come together and put together one of the biggest damn events that Atlanta's ever seen every year and continuously do it for the culture because it's become cultural as well, too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every year, folks waiting on the One Music Fest so they can go out there with the fam and have a good
right.
ass time.
Yeah.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
We try.
Come on, well, y'all been doing it though, man. I mean, even when I was working at the radio station, I'd be like, "Now y'all better not have me in this goddamn station with One Music Fest coming on. I need to be out there broadcasting for this motherfucker." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want to see the damn show.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
Hey,
So
man.
I need to get both of y'all back here on y'all own times, man. Because I know both of y'all get busy outside of One Music Fest.
Yeah.
I done talked y'all head off for an hour, but I had a whole bunch of other shit I wanted to ask y'all.
Nah, man, listen, Beehive.
Yeah.
One thing
we
about
come
it, man, we family.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
if you part of the One Music Fest family, like literally, we are literally brothers. Like this is like everybody that's that is part of One Music Fest. We are straight up like family. You talking about like godparents to each other, to children.
Yeah.
Like we spend like holidays. Like it's straight up family.
Yeah.
And I think that is what we convey to people that come to One Music Fest. Because they literally, like, people come and they take things personal. Like, you'll see people like, man, why y'all throwing trash on the ground? they'll pick up trash and throw it on the ground. And they, they take it personal because it's a family environment. So, listen, man, that's the... You family now, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You are
I'm
my
here
guy,
for
but
it. You see what I'm saying? I'm here for it. I can't wait for the folks to see this because they're going to learn so much from this, man. So on the level of things that just ain't been done, though, man, how do y'all feel as far as trailblazing history and culture and making history as y'all go along the way? Do y'all sit back and recognize the impact and the importance of that? Because when you talk about a great city of Atlanta, One Music Fest is part of the things that make it great. And
absolutely.
the excellence, the whole black excellence thing, if y'all ain't did that, then I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? How does that make y'all feel to see that, okay, we came, we could conquer, we contributed, we moving the culture forward. Do y'all understand the impact, or are y'all just working so damn hard that you don't even got time to receive your own damn flowers?
I think about it some, but I'm only like, and I'm sure we probably do just think about it for like 5 minutes and then go on to like, what can we do next? Like, what can we do to push it next? Like, where can we grow One Music Fest? Like, what can we do to push the brand? What can we do to push the culture?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get complacent. You know what I mean? You're going to always have to, like, challenge yourself to push to the next thing. If you get complacent, then you're going to start complaining because you're like, the people ain't receiving. Because every year, listen, no matter who we have on that stage.
Come on now.
Every year, somebody's like, what y'all going to do next? And we think about that, too. Like, listen, I know people out there watching, realistically, anybody that we had an opportunity, because we've tried to get, there's some people, like, shout out to Cardi.
Yeah.
We literally had Cardi, actually, and she got close. She ended up getting pregnant and doing around One Music Fest. She couldn't perform because it was time that she was due.
Get the baby.
You know what I mean? So we gonna push and try to get any and everybody that you want to see because we want to see them too. I know who he want to get. Before we done, it's one artist that he ain't gonna rest till he get this person.
Oh my God!
I already made that call.
Ooh.
Yeah, she can't do it.
Sade.
Sade. See, okay, now, man, we got to talk about it from this standpoint too, though. Y'all do the One Music Fest for the grown, the sexy, the young, the old. Everybody's welcome, man.
Everybody.
And that's what I love the most about these events too, because it's not exclusive to just one age group. It's like now. Grandmama, mama, me, and the kids, we about to go to One Music Fest today.
Family reunion.
Yeah, I'll be at this stage. Y'all be at that stage.
Exactly. We'll
I'm
meet
over
up
here.
at the damn thing.
That's right. Drunk.
Shit. Fellas, appreciate y'all coming through this thing, man.
Thank
Like
you,
I
brother.
said, I'm here for it.
appreciate
Whatever
you,
the hell y'all got going on, let me know. And I need my one-on-ones with both of y'all, too,
Let's
because
do it.
I
Let's
got
do
to
it.
hear the
Listen.
whole story.
Like,
Yeah.
Be High Radio, shout it. Moetown, Jay Carter, holler at y'all in a minute, man. We go.